It wouldn't be worth it if it was easy, right? Remember that your resilience, I talk about grit a lot, is more important than IQ or EQ. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Thrive Mode Radio. I know your time is valuable, so I'm just going to get right into the material today. So this is a pep talk I gave the M Perform coaching clients a few weeks back. I think it's going to be very valuable for you. So the first question I'll ask you is, other than humans, which animal has the greatest impact on the Earth's ecosystem? Other than humans, what animal has the greatest impact on the world's ecosystem? It's not what you think. It's the Canadian mascot. It's the beaver. How can such a small, it's the size of a mid-sized to small dog, how can that small mammal have such great impact in the world? And we're going to talk about that today. If you Google the biggest dam, it's in Wood Buffalo Park in Canada, and it's the size of 7 football fields. 7. How can a beaver do that? All of us are, you listen to this show because you want more out of life. You want to build your body. You want to build health. You want to build wealth. You want to build a career, a family, right? Humans are natural builders. And so what I'm going to share today is how beavers are able to build so much amazing, or so many of these massive dams, so that you can build the life of your dreams. So the first thing is we need to get triggered. We need to get triggered into action. So a lot of people think that triggers are a negative thing. Oh, I get triggered when someone says this. Oh, I get triggered when I eat this food. And it could be true. You could get triggered. You get triggered when you see an ex, whatever it is. But you can also get triggered into action, into positive action. Right? You got to reframe that. So what are my triggers? And I'll share an example of mine. So you can help formulate yours. So when I see someone on the street walking and I see that they're in pain, maybe they're, horribly overweight, they're tired, they're using a cane when they shouldn't be, maybe they get up from a chair and they have no business being in pain, but because of their lifestyle choices, they are. I get triggered. I get really triggered when I see someone in a scooter that shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? I get triggered when I see someone swimming with their shirt on because they're self-conscious of the way they look. I get triggered when I see someone, walking down the street and the wind hits them the wrong way and I can see them pulling at their shirt. It's uncomfortable. Right? As a health coach, these things trigger me because I know how that might feel. I've been overweight. I've been insecure. I've been not confident. And so when I see that, I want to help. That's my trigger. So if you have ambitious goals, and if you listen to this, I'm sure you do, you got to think about, what are the things that get me triggered? What are the things that spring me into action? Right? If there's one thing you do from this episode, is think about your triggers. How can you continually stay inspired to do the things you need to do to get the job done? So the first thing, I'll give you one more example. So maybe you're a father, and when you see your kids, you might get triggered that you need to show up differently as a hero. Okay? Maybe you're a leader in your business, and you see your employees looking at you, or you see your staff looking at you, and you get triggered that you need to show up for them. There's certain things you need to do. Because we know when it comes to creating habits, thinking of the identity that you want to become. That's the big difference with M-Perform coaching, is that we coach who. Who is it you want to be? Because once we discover exactly who you want to be, then it's so much easier to create the habits necessary to get to that person, to become that person, to live it, to breathe it. So what's your trigger? Beavers get triggered by water. They can't not do anything when they hear running water. When they hear running water, they get triggered into massive action. They can't help it. It's instinctual. That when they hear running water, they are going to go build a dam. So that's instinctual. That's part of their DNA. So the first thing, they get triggered, then they go search for resources. So there's a lot of people say, hey, I can't reach my goals. I want to be healthy. I don't know where to go. I want to build a business. I have no resources. I have no money, funding, whatever it is. No, it's not a resources problem. It's a resourcefulness problem. You need to be just like the beaver. They grab their sticks, mud, rocks, trees. They grab their buddies, their friends. They are resourceful as fuck. So when you're trying to achieve your goals or your projects, you have to be resourceful. Lean on people. Play the infinite game. You can only do so much by yourself. Extraordinary is never achieved alone. Use your resources. If you want to achieve a goal, find a mentor, find a coach who's done it, because you can get there a lot faster and you don't waste time. That's why I have coaches, because I want to get, my business coach is 76 years old. Think about the experience. I'm 31 right now. Think about the experience that I get to go through at a much faster speed because of working with him. And my life has skyrocketed, my business has, since leaning on it. So what is your resource, or where are your resources, and how can you be resourceful? The second thing, beavers are resilient. If you're going to do anything in life, you have to be resilient. You have to have thick skin. You have to look at failures as challenges, that they're inevitable, right? Think about what beavers have to go through. You know how freaking cold the Canadian, shield is, or the Canadian Rockies are, or whatever it is in the winter? You have to be able to weather the storm. It's not going to be easy. You wouldn't want to do it if it was easy. It wouldn't be worth it if it was easy, right? Remember that your resilience, I talk about grit a lot, is more important than IQ or EQ. So if you want to do this, we have to become resilient. I think we all have an example of a time that we overcame adversity to do something important for us. That there were setbacks, there were challenges, there were failures, but still you were able to accomplish something. Think of that as your Hall of Fame, that you can go back there. Because getting in shape, for instance, isn't going to be this, we simplify it, we make it tactical, easy to follow, but is it easy to execute? You're gonna have setbacks in anything. Even me at my level, I have setbacks. Sometimes I don't progress. And I'm okay with that, because I understand that's part of the process. And I am resilient because I practice it. The third thing, the third R, is beavers are relentless. Right? They're ruthless in their execution. Once they get triggered, they get the resources, they withstand the weather, they are relentless in their execution, and they will not stop until that dam is built. So when you decide to commit to a goal, remember the difference between being committed to a goal and being interested. If you're just interested in pursuing something, when something inconvenient happens, that's an excuse, you're going to stop. When you are committed, you're going to do whatever it takes. You have to burn the fucking boats. Okay? If you're going to take the island, you got to burn the boats. So you have to be relentless and keep going and keep finding that inner drive, those triggers. Be resourceful, lean on the people, and be resilient so that you can accomplish what you want out of life. I know we specifically, and I know we target just helping people with their mindset, training, recovery, nutrition. But if you can take these principles, it's the same thing. You can apply it to all facets of life. It's the same, right? If you can build a business, you can build a body. If you can build a family, be that person. You can do anything in the world, right? Being a parent is the hardest job in the world. So I hope this was helpful. And I hope you start to take massive action. Find your trigger. What gets you up in the morning? What inspires you? I know what mine is. Be resourceful. If you don't know how to do it, find the person who can help you. Be resilient. When you fall down, get back up. And be relentless. Get after it. I hope you have an awesome day. Remember the 3 R's. If beavers can do what they can do, imagine what you can do. Talk soon.